All right, 6 countries, 5 months, and 12 minutes. Next to each chapter in the description below, I put a link to the videos that we did. Let's go and watch our journey. Hey, do you want to check out me heading down into a cistern that has not been open for 900 years? Well, oh man. Oh, this is pretty cool. All right, so we are now at the bottom of the cistern, which it's about 40 feet or so. Let's see, this is where...
We made it, even though the guy kept making jokes about asking me if I wanted him to come back up or not.
Gonna head back. Found out yesterday at the wine bar that we're at that to this very day they still hold bullfighting sessions in this ring every single year. So I guess what this says here says the bones that are in here are waiting for you. Yeah. Right. So today's journey takes us on a couple quick adventures. Right now we're at the Linderhof Palace. Where what I'm going to do with you here while we are in Marienplatz is I want to take you on, just say, a tour of a quarter-mile stretch, we'll say. All right, so once you get off the train, whichever line that you take, and you're coming up into Marienplatz Square, this is the first thing that you're going to see when you come here, when you're visiting, is this. I mean, how spectacular is that? And at 11 o'clock, they'll do the Glockenspiel, which is something that you're definitely going to want to stop and see. All right, so one of the stops, really, while you're in Munich has got to be St. Paul's Church. No music, so let's go in and check it out. Alright, so I really wasn't sure if I was gonna do it, but I decided to come to the Fruhlingfest. Now the Fruhlingfest is really like call it the baby sister of the Oktoberfest. Look up and enjoy. Cheers.
1, 2, 3,
All right, so today's journey more sobering than anything else, because I'm gonna walk through Dachau concentration camp. Gas chamber here, where there'd be and the cylinders also here. And this is the room where the prisoners that died, for whatever reasons. All right, so I'm standing outside the Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church here in Berlin. Now, this church here really has been left in its ruined state, just as a sort of reminder that was caused by the destruction of World War II. And at the very top is called the Hollow Tooth, and that too has been untouched since the war. All right, so now we're walking up to it, and really, you can see all the bullet holes here. Just look at that. And put my finger in those holes. Wow. All right, so now I am at the famous checkpoint Charlie. Now, this was the primary checkpoint between East and West Berlin. And if you remember anything about history, this really became famous or came to notoriety back in 1961, where the standoff between the Russian tanks and the American tanks happened for 16 hours. But Berlin is much more than just a wall and a war. So we're in the Eastside Gallery now, and we're going to look at some of this. It is some 4,318 feet long, and they say, or it is, the longest surviving section of the Berlin Wall, and serves as the world's largest open-air gallery. All right, so I come to you this morning really just wanting to share a little bit about Hooghalen. It's the town that we're in right now, and it's just outside, around 10 minutes from Assen, where we just spent the past week. Westerbork is the camp that we're going to go into here in a little while. This place here ended up becoming a camp where individuals were taken from here to a number of different camps where they were slaughtered.
So here we are at Camp Westerbork and in the Netherlands. This right here is the area within Camp Westerbork, and it's even a prison within a prison that people who were in hiding from would be sent, and Anne Frank was sent here. The barracks are no longer there, but they raised the ground so you could see the size of them, and she was in Barrack 67 before being sent to Auschwitz and Bergen-Belsen.
Now it's time to try to find her name, Anneliese Marie Frank. And here we found Anne Frank, or Anneliese Marie Frank. We are in the boat here in Giethoorn, riding around. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Must have a kitchen, must have a washer. Okay. No.
Well, welcome to Oslo, Norway. Today, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take you on a little trip to Vigeland Sculpture Park. We've been in Oslo. Now along the bridge, you're gonna find the most photographed sculpture there is, and it's the sculpture of the angry boy. He is not a happy camper. Wow. Behind me is the monolith. Now this is the main attraction here in Vigeland Park. A little bit of the history of it is that sculpture itself is made out of one single piece of granite stone. Now this thing stands some 46 feet tall, and it started, the sculpture started in about 1929, and it took 14 years to complete. 14 years with 3 stone masons. I mean, look at the deep expression that you see on his face. Wow. I mean, look at the facial expression. Wow. All right, now as you walk up to the monolith here, as I said, it stands some 46 feet tall. And what's amazing about this is that there's 121 carvings inside of this. They're all sort of intertwined, men, women, children. And let's look at some of this artwork, the detail that they have in these carvings.
You stomp, stomp, clap, keep going.
Hidden Beach, not so much a hike as it is a destination. And so far, it has not let me down. Wow, this is beautiful. All right, so today we're doing Eagle Falls. We're gonna go all the way up to Eagle Lake, but we're starting down here at the lower Eagle Falls. Gonna hike up there. I think it's gonna take about an hour. Well, we made it to the lake. I'll tell you what, that was a little bit more work than I really expected it. Well, that was it. 6 countries in 5 months. I hope you enjoyed it. Our next journey takes us to a 6 months travel in and around Southeast Asia. Subscribe to our channel, and as always, keep dreaming and travel safe.